Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti-Vedanta Narayana Namine Sri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Auraya Madhurya Gunai Santam Varam Varenya Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Sri Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktanda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hృదయ రూపాన్ని Varga Namanishta Sankarani Krishna Dhanavat Vartamana Bhutama Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo 12th, right? Tomorrow, is a Pani, Sripad Paniatti celebration. Srila Raghunatha Das Goswami, he became an instrument in this, what he call Dahi Chidwa Mahosava, like buttermilk, yogurt and Chidwa, is like flat rice, call it flat rice. Avalaki in India, flat rice, Mahosava, Paniatti. And 14th June is Lord Jagannath's Snana, that is on Purna. Then Mukunda Datta, our Sridhar Pandit Tirova. Then 24, 25 is Ekadasi. See, it depends upon which area. For Bangalore, it is on 25th. Some area is on 24th, depending upon the sunrise at your place. If the sunrise is before 5:10, this is on 24th. If it is after 5:11, then it is 25th. Something like that. Sunrise on 28th June. That is Amavasya, right? 28th, yeah, Amavasya. But that day, if the sunrise is before 5:10 morning, then Ekadasi is on 24th. If it is after 5:11 in the morning, then it will be Paksha Vardhini Mahadvadasi. Paksha Vardhini, it is increases the Paksha. Two Pakshas in a month. Krishna Paksha, Shukla Paksha. Moon is increasing, moon is decreasing. Moon increasing is called Shukla Paksha. Moon decreasing is called Krishna Paksha. Because the Amavasya, new moon, is whole night. If that on the 28th, depending upon if is before, after 10. So the rule says we have to give up that previous Ekadasi, do it on Dvadasi. This is the rule. That's why that rule. This is one of the rules. Then, so you have to check on your calendar. Then 1st July is the Rath Yatra, Jagannath, Sri Jagannath Rath Yatra. Then July Sri Jagannath Punar Yatra after 1 week. And 10th July is Shayana Ekadasi. 13th July is Guru Purnima. Like that. 19th August is Krishna Janmashtami. September 4 is Sri Radhashtami. And Guru Purnima begins the Chaturmasya. Now the Paniyati is famous, our Guru Parampara talks about Raghunatha Das Goswami. Our Gurudev, Raghunatha Das Goswami was very, very dear. He always talked about Raghunatha Das Goswami because his austerities and his, now the reason why we want to know our previous acharyas is it's uplifting. Without them alone is uplifting. And their pastime, it gives us hope. Oh, maybe by their mercy, we can also be successful in the path of bhakti, like that. He was extremely rich parent. Govardhan, like a Indra, He was also married like a Apsara. Still, he had no interest. Was totally only one son. His uncle, Hiranya Majumdar, he had no children. But that means he was the only son in the family. So much wealth, everything he had, but still no interest. See, and then he to run away from the house so many times. His father made a very powerful, like security. Still he was able, and they brought him back. So many times he was caught. So it's amazing, Now we know we are in this material world. It's a jail. Are we trying to escape the way Raghunath Das Goswami was trying to escape? That's the question. Trying to escape, even though he had everything, but not successful. So, and he was successful only by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. And that's what this Dahi Chidwa Paniyati celebration is all about. So, in Kila he was Rasari or Rati Manjari or Bhanumati. And Gaulila is Raghunath Das Goswami. From the childhood, from beginning, he had a very Vaishnava associate, Vasudev Datta Thakur. Vasudev Datta Thakur is Nitya Parshad of Gauranga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, Vasudev Datta can sell me, my body belongs to him, he can sell me anywhere and I will get sold there. So much love. Because he prayed, oh Lord, let me take on all the sin of the entire world, all these people. And let me condemn into the hell forever. But please deliver them. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was moved by his prayer. He was so kind, kind-hearted. He did not care for his own comforts, anything like that. So that Vasudev Datta also had a mercy on him. Yadunandanacharya, Advaita. So also he had mercy of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur is to taste Balram Acharya, their guru. He used to come and then he used to come to their meeting. He used to bless him. So it says Mahabhagat, Haridas Thakur, by his blessing, by his mercy, Raghunatha Das Goswami able to have the mercy, darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even though the eternal associates, still, they show the importance. दास बालक करे ना अध्याय दास ठाकुर जाय करे ना दर्शन हरिदास कृपा करे ना तहार परे सही कृपा कारण आइला चैतन्य पड़वावे. So Raghunath Das from childhood, when he was studying, he has taken darshan of Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur blessed him. By that effect, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, obtained Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, one time he was not successful, See, that shows Akhanda Guru Tattva, unless we have mercy of. So one time, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Shantipur, then Raghunath Das Swami also went, telling his father, and his security people were there. So he went there, he had a darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised him, स्थिर हाय घरे जाओ ना आहु अतुल क्रमे क्रमे पाए लोक भव सिंधु कुल मर्कट वैराग्य ना कर लोक दिखाइया यथा योग भुंज अनासक्त अंतरे निष्ठा कर वायवे लोक व्यवहार अचिरात कृष्ण तमाय करिबे उद्धार. This applicable for us also. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, you become stable, you become steady, and go home. Don't become mad person. So people slowly, they will approach the end of the samsara sagar, the ocean of samsara. The dara, meaning sure, sure, about to cross. So to show in the material world, don't do renunciation like monkeys. See? So what does monkey? They don't wear dress and they don't have home, right? So looks like Vairagya, like a renounced person, right? No home, no dress. Wow. But they're not satisfied with their senses. It seems like Vairagya, but they are not. If they see the opposite, the monkeys, like they out of control. So same way saying that is Markata Vairagya. There are different kind of renunciation. Yukta Vairagya, Markata Vairagya, Smashana Vairagya, then Garbhini Vairagya, something like that. So different kind. Ours say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught the Yukta Vairagya. So this Markata Vairagya you follow, right? It is only show bottle, like not wearing dress, home, but inside you have the, you want to, you have under control senses, you want to, that is Markata Vairagya. Smashana Vairagya, meaning like people die, right? When people die, relatives, friends or somebody, we go to the cemetery, we go to the services, final, then everybody glorify this, then everybody is down. Oh, we lost one person, oh, this, that. Then what happens? We think, oh no, not that day or next day, maybe little down. Then after the second or third, we are back to normal, right? We forget. Now wait a minute. I could be the next person. Tomorrow itself there may be my ceremony like this, right? We don't think like that. There is some effect, but we forget it and then go on, like as if the death is not going to occur to us. This is amazing thing. See, in Mahabharata, there is one thing called Yaksha Prashna for Pandavas. Yaksha came and then asking questions. What is the highest wonder in this world? Right? Now they have in America, Europe and all these wonders, right? But they are not the wonders, Wonder is that death is happening to everybody, all around us, younger, older, but we feel no, that will not happen. Not happen. And this, that. So that is the Maya, but it will somehow Brahma, it create that illusion. Otherwise, everybody will get. I will tell you, there will be order because so only by the mercy of Guru Bhagavad, we come to know our real situation. Wait a minute. Now, don't try to be happy in this world. Gurudev is to do. Bhakti-Vidanta Saraswati Thakur, all of us. Don't waste. God himself has designed. Like that, that's why see Raghunatha Das Goswami, Nitya Parikara, and he was showing, even though he had wealth, like Apsara, like a wife, and so no problem for it. Only son, and he considered all, good. We can see later on what the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. You were fallen in a pit of stool, and Krishna showed him money and got you out of that stool. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that. So that way we are so much fortunate. That's why we have to think of these great acharyas, what they went to, what they were teaching, how to get disconnected from this. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, you do Yukta Vairagya, meaning you should not be attached, anasakt. You should not be attached. Yatha Yogya, to the extent if possible, you accept the vishyas, accept the things, whatever is necessary. But don't be attached. In your heart, keep your nishta, strong. Then outside, you do like a lokachitta vyavahara. You do vyavahara, meaning dealings, mundane dealings. You do mundane dealings outside, but in your heart, be strong and keep nishta. Then, if you do like that, then very quickly Krishna will uddhara. Krishna will enable you to get out. Will make you successful. So, now the Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati says one thing very interesting. Like the monkeys, like outside, outside, no clothes, nothing. But inside, Bhoga Buddhi, they want to enjoy. So it is like a show, their vairagya. If the renunciation does not come up from pure bhakti, Shuddha bhakti, then if the renunciation does not come from bhakti, Shuddha bhakti, then it will not be conducive for Shuddha bhakti, anukula, will not happen. Then that will become like this smasha, meaning smashana vairagya or markata vairagya, meaning cemetery vairagya or like monkeys. So by doing the seva, atya avashak, what is most essential, we accept those objects. And whatever we accept that, we should not have asakti, should not be attached. And if you lead a life like that, then we will not become under the control of the fruits of the karma. So this is what. Now, what is this yukta vairagya? Meaning, suppose we see some objects. It may, actually, everything can be in the service of Krishna, which is favorable for the service of Krishna. Now, if we think, oh, this is some objects, sense objects, disturb us. So if we give up that, then we will be making a mistake. So that's what. Instead of that, in the samsara, we are in samsara. You have to not have attachment to that. Then have a relation one. If you do that, then then we understand the owner of all the objects that we see around is actually Supreme Lord Madhava. Supreme Lord Madhava. So that if we forget that, that's why any see object, something, the owner is Supreme Lord. So it belongs to him in his service. So we should do that. So same way then Raghunatha Das Goswami, he came back home. Then he followed that instructions. Then looking at their situation, his parent became very happy. Wow, he's showing, he has shown favorable conditions to be staying in the home and things like that. Then they thought, if it's like that, what is the need of so many security people like that? They made little loose. Then also his behavior, actually Six Goswami's behavior is very, very amazing. Six Goswami, Goswami Ashtakam, Srinivas So it brings out the things. Now, what in the life of Raghunatha Das Goswami, his parents, his father was very rich, uncle was also very rich. They used to pay some tax to the king. And there was a middle person, Muslim. So why pay the middleman? We go directly to the king. Like that, they made some arrangement. The middle person, Muslim, became very angry and he told Muslim king, hey, they are doing like this. They made him, arrest order. Looking, they ran away from the house. Then, because they came, the middle person, Chaudhry, his name is Chaudhry, became very angry, came to his house and then said, where are your uncle and father? They didn't find him and he arrested Raghunatha Das Goswami. He's a small boy, and trying to show anger and then beating him like that. Then Raghunatha Das Swami telling him, he was thinking how to get out. So he was telling, very nice, this is what we have to learn. He's saying, oh Chaudhry, uncle Chaudhry, you're my uncle, not different. Oh uncle, my father and my uncle are your two brothers. Sometimes these brothers fight and sometimes they become friendly. I don't know when they start loving each other. So it is very to predict. Today they jagda, they fight each other. Tomorrow we can see they are together. The way I am my father's son, same way I am also your son. I am to be protected by you, and you are my protector. So you are the protector of me, maintainer. Then if you show some, misbehavior towards the one to be protected, then what you can do? It is not proper. All the Shastra, and you are a peer, what I can tell, all by, if I tell something more, it is not appropriate. No, he said very nicely. So then Raghunath Das, this friendly talk, when he heard Musalman Chaudhry started crying. Then he started crying and then said, "From today you are my son. Whatever it is, I'm going to leave you today. Make sure your brother and your uncle meets with me to settle it out." Like that, very intelligent, very sweet words, you know. So he was out of it. That's why in our dealings also, we should have a nice words with everybody, you know. How we can nice words? We have to feel that Supreme Lord sitting in their heart and then Gurudev is in there. So we don't be anger or anything with Guru or Vaishnavas or Bhagavan, right? So we should accept like that. And nice words. It says, if person who knows the how to speak will not have any quarrel, right? They say. Quarrels will not. So like that, that way they become peaceful and become friendly or whatever. The channel is open. If you cut off the channel, then it's difficult to reach out. So 6 Goswamis, they are no enemies. So we should also have also. Of course, we have to be careful, whom take association. Being friendly doesn't mean that you listen to whatever they, see what I'm saying. Vyavahara. Your internal is different from the Vyavahara. Then Raghunath was got married. To like Apsara. Then he was still Raghunath was always thinking how to get out. Then his father is telling, Indra Sama Aishwarya, Sri Apsara Sama, yes, sir, Vandite. He says, even though we have Aishwarya, wealth like Indra, and then like an Apsara, like a Sri. So if these two things, if it's not going to bind his mind, then the ordinary rasi, ordinary rope, how we can bind him? You understand? Getting bound by mind and bound by external, the ropes, mundane ropes, right? Made out of fire or something, right? So if you are bound by the mind, then you don't need external ropes, right? And that's why Maya, see, that's how Triguna, right? That's why we say like this, right? This is mode of passion, ignorance, passion, goodness. This is Jiva, this is Bhagavan. See, the Jiva is with difficult, so it has to come like this. But our must be there and Kripa of Bhagavan. Then separate. So, so this is by through mind, we are the most. But if you are disconnected by the mind, then the external ropes will not bind you. So that's what his father is telling. Only Janmadata, I can change it. Then they are saying, on whom there is mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a mad prema, love. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So who can stop that? Like that, he kind of made up this thing. Then what happened was Raghunatha Das Goswami how to get out from the house. Then it so happened he came to know that Sriman Nityananda Prabhu has come to Panihati. That's the subject. He has come to Panihati. Then Patita Pavan, Nityananda Prabhu, if we have his mercy, then we can get away from this samsara. So thinking like that, Raghunath Das Swami, he took a yatra towards Paniyatti. So when at the time when Raghunath Das Swami went there, that time Nityananda Prabhu on the bank of Ganga, on a shadow of a tree, he was sitting, and many are surrounded by him. So Nityananda Prabhu is taking darshan from a far away itself. Raghunath Das Goswami paid his obeisances. Then Nityananda Prabhu, his mercy, very, very merciful. So, like, Jagaya Mada, so every don't go near them. But he said, no, that is mercy. Even though they hit him, still begging them, please take Niyama. That's why. Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda. Abhimanya Shuna Nityananda. Not different from Krishna. But his Abhiman is what? Servant of Krishna. So, and so much love for Krishna. So, his heart melted. And very forcefully, he brought Raghunath Das Goswami. Then he put his lotus feet on his head. And then he understood what is happening in the mind of Raghunath Das Goswami. Then he told Nityananda Prabhu is telling, you are a chore, you are a thief. You are not coming me. Far away, you are going away and trying to run away from me. Today I captured you and I want to give you a danda. Danda meaning punishment. I will give you punishment. What is that? What is that punishment? For all my devotees, you have to make this yogurt and flat rice celebration. Yogurt and flat rice celebration. So this is the punishment for you. Then Raghunath Das Goswami became very, very happy in his mind. Then he arranged Paniyatti Mahotsava. Even that day it is celebrated around the world. Paniyatti Chirva Mahotsava. Yogurt and this flat rice. So there are two kinds made. One is sweet, one is little spice. Right? So, so I am in that Mahotsav, very nice. They describe so much. There was no place on the bank of Ganga. Everybody was given 2 plates and see Swayam Bhagavan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came with all his Parshadas, thinking that is a Yamuna shore of Yamuna. They did the Bhojan Leela, meaning taking prasad, like Krishna used to do with his friends on the bank of Yamuna. Like that it was done. Even though there was Asankhya, unlimited people were there. They taking that, and they become so happy. So, going through that or arranging that kind of Maha Mahotsav is not a small thing, not a small. So, Nityananda Prabhu was very happy. And the next day, Raghunatha Das Goswami, in the media of Raghav Pandit. Now, Raghav Pandit is also a parcel. He used to cook so many items for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu, with so much anxiety, how he can be free from samsara as quickly as possible. So how he will take shelter of Mahaprabhu? This is the question he asked. He did not ask directly, but through media of Raghav Pandit. He asked Nityananda Prabhu. Then Nityananda Prabhu is putting his lotus feet on the head of Raghunatha Das is telling. See how he is telling. The future is amazing. তুমি এ কারা ইলা এই পুলিন ভোজন তোমায় কৃপা করি গৌর के कैला आगमन कृपा करी कैला चिड़ा दूध भोजन नृत्य देखी रात्रे कैला प्रसाद भक्ष तोमा उद्धारित गौर आइला अपने चुटिल तोमार यथा विज्ञादि बंधने स्वरूपेर स्थाने तोमा करिबे समर्पणे अंतरंग भृत्य बोली चरण निश्चिंत हाय आय अपना भावन अचिरे निर्विघ्न पावे चैतन्य चरण वाह Nityananda Prabhu always telling, he's telling this feast that he arranged. So to give mercy on you, Gaurahari himself he came for this festival. So yes, why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came? To deliver you, he has come himself. So whatever you have difficulties, disturbances, from today I think it's all finished. See yourself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he will do? He will offer you at the Swarup Damodar's feet. Then he will accept you as his Antaranga Das. Swarup Damodar. and he will keep with you. Now don't think about anything. Simply go home. Now very quickly you will obtain at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See, Nityananda Prabhu is telling what is happening in the future. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will happen. That's exactly what happened. So, one sense, amazing. But Lila, Then he came back, and then it so happened he had an opportunity. One day in the almost Dhamma time, when the security people are deep sleep. So Yadunandan Acharya, he came. Oh Raghunath, I have one problem. I have no pujari. Please come, they will listen to you. Please bring the pujari. So then he says, Gurudev, don't worry, I will bring. So because his guru is there with him, and so security, everybody is kind of lax, right? Raghunath Das took as a opportunity and then he left. Now the way he went is amazing. Gurudev also, amazing. He also some villa like that. So he did not road where everybody walks from Bengal to Jagannathpur. Now he took through villages. One day is to travel like 30 miles. So all day he had not taken anything. He took little milk in the evening, someone's house. Then next day when he came to know his father, Govardhan Majumdar, he sent a word to Shivananda Sen, Nampatra. He has seen his son. Shivananda Sen is amazing. He is the one who was arranging all the trips from Bengal to Jagannathpur to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He sent, so much money, servants and all to bringing that. Then they met, but they did not get any news. Raghunatha Das Goswami. So they came back. Then Raghunath Das, with anger, thirsty, without sleep, without rest, he was reached Jagannath Puri in 12 days. For all days, he had only little bit left for only 3 days. So then he approached Mahaprabhu from a distance. He paid his obeisances. Mukundata informed. So saying that Mukundata is paying obeisances to you, Mahaprabhu. Son with love, he brought him close by. Then he Alinga, he hugged him and then saying, Krishna Krupa Balishta Seva Ite Tomare Kadila Vishai. He's saying, Krishna Seva is the most powerful thing. By that, Krishna Seva, if you have that, Krishna Seva, then this Vishyarup Vishta, this is an object of senses, like a gutter. So if you have fallen in that, Krishna showed mercy, removed you from there. Then Raghunatha Das Goswami is telling, I don't know about Krishna Kripa. I know your mercy. Only by your mercy I'm saved. That's much I can know. So, like that. Now, Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati, there is so much in his lifetime. Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati says, what he is saying about this. Compared to our previous life, our karma pala, the Krishna Kripa, it is very powerful. So that Krishna Kripa, made him get away from this samsara, dungeon. When we become attached to these vishyas, these senses, objects of senses, by our own strength, we cannot give up that. This thing is true. This thing is true. On our strength, we cannot get out from the objects of senses. We cannot. So, Vishuddha Krishnadas, one who is pure servant of Krishna, then for him this Vishya is like a stool, like a stool. Raghunath Das ji, even though he is a nirvishayi, meaning he is not interested in sense gratification, objects of sense gratification. But to show to this world how much the difficulty it gives these objects of senses in this world, and by trying to enjoy what we get in what so many things, still we try to enjoy. So to show that, so Jada Indriya ke bhog. See, we have these material senses. Trying to enjoy with this, then it's like a gutter. Artika, Paramarthika, from the transcendental vision. JD about that. Then it's like we understand that our position. Oh, I'm so down. I'm like a kita, like little worm, right, in the stool. You try to save that worm from the stool, it goes back again. So once we realize, and only by the mercy of Krishna, we get out of this. See, there is one pastime. It shows how powerful it is. This material world attraction. Okay. One time, Indra did offense to his guru. So then guru became unhappy. Then Indra, what happened was Indra was celebrating. He went for a war, he won, and he was celebrating, right? Meantime, Guru came. Then he sent a word saying to the security, why in this middle of my celebration he has come. He's only disturbed, more like that. Then how he is going to tell, So anyway, he came and Guru and he saw his situation. Then he was decided to enter. Because of that his offense, he became like a pig in this material world. He was born as a pig. Now you need an Indra, otherwise it will be difficult. He has to take care of. Yeah, so many facilities. So Brahma, he was concerned. Wait a minute, Indra has become a pig, and how he is doing his life? He has a big family, pig family, so many wives, so many children, and he is so happy. So then Narad Muni, sends Narad Muni. He go and preach to Indra, who has become a pig. Narad Muni comes down. He says, "Hey Indra, hey, what are you talking? Who is Indra? You are Indra. Hey, what is Indra? I'm not Indra. You have forgotten. You have become a pig. What Indra? What is the use there? He is in the heaven. What heaven? Is he happy there? I'm very happy here. See, I don't have to work hard. The food, very fresh, very hot, fresh, comes to her. It pass, right? When they pass, it is hot, right? So stool, we are getting it. We don't have to work hard. People work hard so much for their food and their maintenance. They are not intelligent. We are most intelligent. He's telling his children like that. Then Narmuna say, hey, this is so like that. He could not convince. He could not. Because he was so much immersed, he understands this material, you may laugh at it or it may look thing, but it is, described in the scripture. So how it is binding, understand, this material world. Then Indra went back. Narmuni went back. Oh, my father, I was successful in preaching so many people, but I could not. Then Brahma, what he did, he killed all the family of the Indra. Everybody dead. Now we go and preach to him. So again, Narmuni, oh Indra, how are you? What am I doing? I lost all my children. Why? Now at least come back now, Indra. Come back to the heaven. Now what is the problem if I lose my children and wife? Go to another and I'll have another family. So he just went away. Start his own another family. See, even though we go through in the samsara so much, I will learn many, many lifetimes we are going through this samsara. I will learn. Have we got disgusted from this material life? This is the question. Okay, understand? So Indra went and started, another big family, big family. He had a big family, not very happy again. Then Narad Muni went back. or to Brahma said, it is not possible. He went back and started another family. Then what did Brahma did? He killed Indra also. See? Then he brought him, right? Soul is not killed, right? Killed his body, brought him back like that to rule. So it brings out a point that see, only way by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. That flows through Guru Prabhu. That's the only way. Otherwise, we don't know, we are stuck in this material world, millions of lifetimes. So, that's what Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Raghunatha Goswami for 12 days. They not taken any food. Became very thin, very weak. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted him like his son and a sevak. Then whatever auspicious, inauspicious, everything he gave it to the responsibility of Swarup Damodar. So it's predicted by Nityananda Prabhu. Then Raghunatha Das, then he became very famous. See, Krishnadas Kaviraj was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Charitamrita, because of Raghunatha Das. Because Damodar used to write in a diary. And then he taught all that diary to Raghunatha Das Goswami. Raghunatha Das Swami by hearted, remember. And then this is what he told to Krishnadas Kaviraj. With that, Kaviraj wrote the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So among the Chaitanya Mahaprabhus, what is the thing? Vairagya, renunciation is the pradhan, is the topmost, is the foremost. Seeing that, Governor Mahaprabhu becomes very happy. And then, he did so much service. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared, Damodar disappeared, then he felt Jagannath Puri, into Vrindavan. The idea that he wanted to go there, go on top of Govardhan and jump, give up his body. Then, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami met him then. You don't get Krishna Prem by jumping and giving up your body. So do sadhana. So they made a near Radhakund. And then he was doing it. One time there was a tiger came. Then they made a hut. Then there are many incidences there. King came with all his army, so many thousands of elephants, like that, looking for water. They saw Raghunatha Das Goswami. Is there any river nearby? Here all these animals can drink water. Why you are thinking about like that? Radha Kund is there. No, this is small. Not enough water for 5-10 elephants. No, you try. So anyway, they had at least faith in the sadhu, Raghunatha Das Goswami, Mahabhagavat. Then they started, let all drink. They all drink, thousands and thousands, but still water did not became less. So it is a spiritual. Then he had a feeling how to renovate, and then then Krishna arranged it one time. So, and today is also built like that. So Raghunatha Das Goswami's Samadhi is still there. And many teachings. So Ashwini Shukla Dwadasi became disappear. So we pray to restore His mercy. To have such a faith, in spite of so much difficulty, Nishta is showed strong faith. So by remembering like that, we get so much strength to give bhakti and then renounce this material engagement. So, but we cannot renounce artificial. This is what he's teaching. Accept it as much as possible. Enough for the body, but not be attached to it. Don't get immersed in it. See that it's all connected to Krishna. Krishna is the owner. So like that, if we by remembering him, we get his blessings. So we can go on. Now same way, now 14th is Snana Yatra. Chaitanya Jagannath Baladev Sudarshan. Snana Yatra, 14th, Tuesday. Now, why do we do Snana Yatra, right? Snana is like a bathing, right? Now, the desire of the Jagannath, whatever happens in Jagannath Puri is all Jagannath himself instructing his servants to do organize things like that. And his instruction is to bring auspiciousness to the conditioned souls. So they get attracted to him than to his Maya, external Maya, Mahamaya, to minimize. Because we have that minute independence. We can choose serve him or serve his Maya. That's what. If we want to be happy, then serve him. If we want to be unhappy, then serve Maya. So, for that reason. So that's Snana Yatra. See, Jagannath Puri is many, many amazing things. Even today, it's out of this world. So many things. The way they cook to him, the flag, every day. When they do the Rath Yatra, so many things. You can feel that he is not, he is real. real, is transcendental, his power is beyond any imagination, That's why Achintya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Achintya Veda Veda Tattva, Achintya, beyond our mind, beyond the modes of material nature. Yes, and so what is Snana Yatra is for 50, so on the full moon, they do this, it's coming. That time Jagannath, Balaram, and then Subhadra, they have a bathing, Vedike. They move from their place to that. In Indradyumna's time, and so they have a very platform where they came, they will put their Sudarshan also. Then they do a very big bathing, 108 golden, pots, Sushital, in a very pure water, and they bathe him. At that time, all the Brahmarshis, all the Devatas, Brahma, everybody, they come and they bring heavenly planet, the water and all that. Parijata, Suvasit. On their head, they bring, and in front of Brahma, they do bathe for the Jagannath. So that's why Indradyumna, because there are so many devatas used to come, he made a separate place for that. It is all gone. Now another king, he did another, renovated that place. Ananga Bhima Deva, Ananga Bhima Deva, a king. He made the present, and sometimes we can actually see from outside also. That's not it. It's so they decorate him. So many precious moti, mala, chama, patak, torna, all the different items. They looks very beautiful. Sandalwood mixed. Then they bake it. Then what happens? Because he's based for so long time, Jagannath does a lila, like a human-like pastime. Suppose if you how much water he can bathe? Like 10 liters, 100 liters, right? Imagine if you are bathing with 1,000 liters cold water, you become cold and right fever, you become sick, right? So Jagannath also feels like that. He becomes cold, cough. And then Lakshmi says, she becomes very concerned. Jagannath has become sick. I will not allow anybody to come and see him. They all come and disturb him. There's no rest. You should take a long rest. And you should be on medicine, And she becomes the doctor. so, so no visitors. She makes a rule, no visitors. For next 2 weeks, no visitors. And she makes underneath, golden, different kind of herbal, kashaya, tea, herbal tea. and start feeding Jagannath. You know, so gradually Jagannath recovers. And he says to Lakshmi, so many days I've been imprisoned inside, no fresh air, because nobody can come and see him, not open for public. So at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he feels separation from Jagannath. He used to taking darshan of Jagannath every day. Right? You can imagine. If Radha doesn't have, meeting with Krishna, so much more. So like that, the mood of Radha is feeling separation. Oh no. Then he goes to Alarnath, nearby, 10 kilometers like that. There he considers him Alarnath as Jagannath and he stays there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here Jagannath is telling, please, let me go. He becomes recovered, 2 weeks. Meantime, he been worked on, they redo his dress and painting like that. Then so many herbs. He telling Lakshmi, how long I can be under your this kashaya? This is what I'm used to, sweet and so many things. Let me go for at least 1 week. Let me go, to another place, Gundicha. Gundicha. For recovery, just but to change. Then Lakshmi says, no, I don't believe you. I don't trust you because once you go out, he may not come back. So he says, no. I will take Balaram and then Subhadra also. Don't you trust them? I will come back 1 week later. Then she trusts Balaram and Subhadra, especially Subhadra, and then let them go. That's when Jagannath comes out of temple on the Rath Yatra, first this time, 1 week later, 2 weeks later. After Snana Yatra, 2 weeks later, he comes out. When he comes out, you have to see his bob. You can see, watch it. He's like almost drunk. He's doing like so happy that he's out of. So our Gurudev says, what is this Leela is all about? Is that Krishna going from Dwarka to Vrindavan. Don't you think he's most happy in Vrindavan? Dwarka is not happy. So as soon as he gets a chance to go to Vrindavan, and oh boy, he's intoxicated. He's already, look at his way he moves around, So this Rath Yatra is that's what it is, bringing Krishna from Dwarka to Vrindavan, That's why our Gaudiya Sampradaya all happy, right? We don't want Krishna to be always in Dwarka or Mathura, right? We want him Vrindavan. We want him meet with Radha and all the Sakhitas. Right? In other places, he is not happy, So he himself says, and everybody else says, Rukmini, Satyabhama, they are crying. Night time. he is crying. Whole bed, so much cries every day. And then he always thinks, Radhe, Vishaka. Oh my God. He never remembers her. Even not even one time he called her. I don't know what these gopis have. Their mantra, they have captured him. We don't understand. They are poor. They don't have wealth like us. They are wealthiest So we have so much gold, diamonds and all that. What the gopis have, nothing. But I don't know why he's attracted to them. They must have some mystical mantra they know. And Satyabhama is telling Rukmini, you think only during night time it does same thing in the daytime. Today, see, now it's the mid afternoon, even now he's crying, he's in the bed. Whole bed is there. What to do? So, like that, Krishna actually, that's why he's very happy, in that Leela. He's going to Vrindavan, Gundicha. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Krishna is going to come tomorrow. So he's coming to our heart. Though our heart should be pure, no stone, no dust, nothing. So he cleans Gundicha temple. Himself engages everybody. Brings so much water, and he takes so many these sweet things. So like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught so many things and did that. And so many Leela it happens. Many times, like Jagannath is not, don't think there's so many big rathas, so many hundreds of wheels in each ratha, Oh my, it's huge. Started building the ratha, the Akshaya Tritiya. It happened sometime in April or something like that. Akshaya Tritiya, we had our temple open that time. To get an idea, for you. So in many months, they take for building this. If you see Jagannath Puri, the main road where the Rath Yatra happens is almost very big road, very big. 100 feet, even more, I think. And Ratha, they take many months to build it. And the wood they use for cooking is from the last year's chariot. Now the chariot, after chariot, they make into pieces. They use that wood because it's a purified for cooking Jagannath's boga. His boga cooking is also amazing. They put up to 7 pot or 9 pot like that. The time, the different items they cook, right? The item that takes less time or long time, they put it top. Less time on the bottom. And it will, the one that cooks is the one, first cooks is the one that takes long time. On 7 pot like that. And then wood is put there, How much heat will go on top, easy. Physically is impossible. See, what I'm saying is, imagine you have a wood, stuff. You're putting one part, on top of it another part, and on top of it another part, like that, 7 parts. What they put is suppose dal they put on the top. Takes long time. Sabji takes less time. They put it in the bottom. That means more heat goes to subject and very little heat to the dal, right? It is obvious, but what happens in reality is the dal gets cooked fast and they remove that. And some like that. Finally, beyond all logic, the whole thing will fall apart, our mundane thinking. And that's what Jagannath does. He will blast away all our, um, the flag there moves, opposite to the wind, right? Usually, you in your children, you play with the what do you call that the wind, right? For flags, right? You play with it, right? So wind now here is opposite to the wind, 14 feet long before it used to be long. So amazing, and how it is changed every day. There is no staircase or like that. You have to go like this. It's so much heavy, and then it goes on backside. You know, see, really, really amazing. So one maybe I'll send you video, or you might see video if you search for it. Many go, YouTube, you can get it. The flag hoisting at Jagannath Temple like that. No plane, nothing flies over Jagannath Temple. So it's one line is said in Jagannath. You know what it is? Mm, There was a steamer. Steamer was going from I think somewhere South India to toward that area, Jagannath. Beyond that area, Calcutta, like that. And there were many, passengers in a steamer. It was a French, I think, French steamer, during that time when India was ruled by them. So, ಹೌದಾ ಯಾರು ಹೋಗ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಇನ್ವೆ ಈಗ ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಆಯ್ತು ಈಗ ಅವನು ಶಿವಾನಂದ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಸರಿಯಾ ಸೊ there were many passengers and the captain also will be there, right? Captain is looking at the binocular. He saw there is a big timingala, meaning big fish, right? Even now we can see big fish, almost 50 to 100 feet long, 10, 20 feet wide, it is coming in this direction. If it makes a, the whole ship will be sinking. So the captain is concerned. He's going up and down, looking at it. He's saying, everybody ready, we are finished. It might hit in a few minutes. Then he saw there was the elderly person sitting and chanting, doing prayer. He was not concerned. He said, the captain going up and down, here he's seeing this elderly person. Then what are you praying about? Oh, I'm praying to Jagannath. Don't worry, nothing will happen. Then he was thinking, what you will do like that? Then it so happened the boat is going, and it happened so much, and then the fish, the big fish, took off like that. Little angle and went. So they missed. They were saved. Then the captain was impressed. Wow, prayer was saved. So, and he showed, see Jagannath temple there. So they landed there. and he was so impressed. And he was carrying big bell, huge bell for the church in the France, in India. He decided, because we are saved, what is the point? He donated that whole bell and I don't know what else, so many things, to Jagannath temple. And in Jagannath temple, there is one place where there's still the temple, that bell, huge bell is hanging, reminding of that. So, ಇಲ್ವಾ ಕೇಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೌದಾ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಆಯ್ತು ನಾನು ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾನು ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನೇ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸೊ so many pastimes, not ordinary. Yeah, at the time of appearance of the Bhakti-Vidanta Saraswati Thakur was 6 months old baby. So Jagannath temple, Jagannath Rath Yatra came and start for 3 days in front of house of Bhakti-Vidanta Thakur. 3 days. Did not move. If he decides, we think, oh, it's made out of wood or, mundane thinking. Right? What is the weight of this song? Even million people try to pull that, it will not move. It has been happened many times. So thousands of army people trying to pull, decides to shows that he is in control. So like that 3 days. Then his mother, Bhagavati, brought the baby and put at the lotus feet of Jagannath. Immediately garland fell on his top of the baby, showing the mercy of Jagannath. He's blessed by Jagannath. He's not ordinary child. Like that, then Bhaktivinoda Thakur arranged non-stop kirtan at that time. So very amazing Jagannath. So, and why it comes out? See, you might say, oh, he likes Vrindavan. More than that, many people cannot enter Jagannath temple. There is one temple where foreigners are not allowed strictly. But so Jagannath comes out. At that time, anybody darshan. And another strange thing is, see, in temples, India, they have two kinds of vigraha, right? Archa vigraha and then Vijay vigraha. Archa vigraha meaning they will not move. Once you install them, they don't move. That's it. But the Vijay vigraha, the vigraha that we keep in front of them, they are not different from him, even though they may look small. Okay, try to understand. Oh, this deity, installed deity is very big. The other small deity is small. What is it? Looks like different, but it is not. There's one pastime, next time I will tell you, It may look like, but they are non-different, exactly same. But one moves, one does not move. In Jagannath, that's what that deity they do, like Abhisheka and all that, putting to rest, right? Putting into rest, take small deities and putting into rest. Because this is installed, you cannot move them. How we can do? See, we accept service to be small, but exactly same. Now in Jagannath Puri, Lord is so merciful. He doesn't want just his Vijay Vigraha to go. He wants to go himself. This is the only temple in the whole world where the installed deity moves out of the temple. So this is an amazing. That shows Krishna is so kind. so merciful. And the devotees are also no less, merciful. So our time is up. So any questions, comments?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam. I have one question. You were mentioning at like in that incident of Indra, if you remembered his past lives. So I also have that conception. If we could remember our previous births, maybe we'll put more effort in bhakti. Why is it that Krishna doesn't allow us to remember our previous births?
To remember?
Why is it that you were mentioning that if we can remember our previous births, then we won't make the same mistakes and we'll be more serious in bhakti. But why is that Krishna does not allow us to remember our previous lives?
Now, see, from a for a devotees, pure devotees, for two reasons. For pure devotees, if they know, sometimes they know, sometimes they don't. If they know, then they may not act like Narvat Leela. It's like Krishna. Suppose if Krishna knows he is the Supreme Lord, how we can do Narvat Leela? Human like pastime, right? We cannot. So Yogamaya, by influence of Yogamaya, he forgets. And devotee also forget that is the Supreme Lord, right? Otherwise, how Mother Yashoda can think and bind him? See, when Uddhava came to Vrindavan, he's telling your son Krishna is Supreme Personality to Nandamar. You're out of your mind. You think my son is Supreme Personality. If Mother Yashoda is late little bit in feeding him, he will break all the utensils in the whole house, And you think Supreme Lord will steal in everybody's house? No, like that. See, so that is one kind, right? Now, for the conditioned soul, that's why human like, like Prabhupada, so I'm conditioned soul, like because act like because other people should think, oh, he's also like me. But look, so much faith in Krishna. So many difficulty will come, but deep within us, we have so much love. These pure devotees, right? No matter how difficulty will come, their love for Krishna increases, right? Mundane people it decreases and they go. Any difficult. This is the test. If there is a difficulty comes, we give up, right? But pure devotees no. They have more faith, keep on there. Now for ordinary people, if they remember all their past life, they will go crazy. Imagine, suppose since forget about previous lives, right? If you remember what has happened in last 1 year till now, that alone is enough for us to, stop breathing, right? We cannot pay attention. Oh, that happened, this happened, that happened, this happened. So forgetfulness of previous thing is also Krishna. Otherwise, we cannot lead our life. So that's why pure devotees is different reason. Of course, like sometimes they know, but they won't reveal it because you have to have faith in it. They will reveal it to one who can digest. Like you take Madhvacharya, he claimed that he was Hanuman Bhima. The people challenging like that. Usually they don't show that because for common people it might be it may not be favorable for preaching. Whatever is favorable for preaching, meaning the main agenda that our spiritual lineage has to somehow or the other pull these conditioned souls material dungeon. Remember I was telling you, Indra, when he became a pig, he didn't want, even though he was reminded, you're Indra, but he didn't want to be. I'm so happy, so many children, so many wives, so easy to get food, very, very hot, fresh food we are getting, fresh food. He's so happy, you see. Imagine, he forgot he was Indra. So, so that is a hurdle, forgetfulness, So that's why the human life pastime, devotees, they have strong faith, and Krishna reciprocates. They see that, and also by their presence, we feel little. See, one time, I'll tell you one time, only this pastime, but anyway, I'll tell again. One time, Janaka Maharaj, he renounced his kingdom, he was in the forest, right, doing his bhajan. Then one day a plane came from Vaikuntha to take him to the spiritual Vaikuntha. Then he, glory Lord Ram, he entered in, and the Vishnu Parshad welcomed him, and he's going. But the plane did not go to Vaikuntha. It went to the Narak, hellish planet. And it is not yet landed there. It's about to land. Then he heard crying from the people, Narak. Oh, great soul, don't leave us. The wind, we are suffering here, suffering so much. See, Narak, he can suffering, but he cannot do anything. And he cannot die, he cannot commit suicide in Narak. No matter what he do, he will not die. We have given this Yatana Deha. Deha, a body, gross body, that is, we have to suffer. How much? No matter how much you suffer, you will not die. See, in this world, cut off a hand, you will die out of blood flowing, right? You cut off the hand, but you have to tolerate the suffering. So much suffering. Million times more suffering there than here. So people are feeling, oh, wind blowing from your side, touching us. We are feeling so refreshed, so forgetting this suffering. Please, you don't leave us. Then Janak Maharaj is saying, then he landed. Then Yamaraj approached him. Oh, king, great soul, great devotee. Please go back to Vaikuntha. It is not fit for you yet. Then Janak Maharaj is saying, wait a minute. You are saying I should go back. But what about these people? They told me because my presence here makes them feel good. So I want to where, people feel good. If my presence makes them feel like that, how can I go back? You want me to go back? Use all these people also to Vaikuntha. You make them, Then Yamaraj is telling, no, I cannot do that. But he can do. He's saying what? Because one day in his Brahma Muhurta, he chanted one pure name of Ram. If you offer that one Naam, pure Naam, done, right? Charity to all these people. Just one alone is enough to all the inhabitants of this hellish planet to the spiritual world. He can do that. As soon as he heard he's a Vaishnava, Param Vaishnava, made Sankalpa, gave dawn of one Naam, of pure Naam. Immediately, millions of aeroplanes came, they all, entered, and then glorifying Janak Maharaj and Lord Ram entered, left. So, Yamalok became empty. At that time, Janak Maharaj is asking, Yamalok, now you say the great souls don't come here, or one way. How come I ended up coming here? What did I do wrong? Then Janak Maharaj, the Yamaraj is telling, oh Janak Maharaj, you are one of the Tal Mahajans, Janaka. You did, but one time did a small mistake. What is that? A cow was grazing by itself, right? Freely grazing. He happened to disturb a little bit. He came in front, a little disturbed. Because of that, you have to take darshan of the gate of the hellish planet. Not that you have to enter and do, but you have to take darshan. Right? Now you have taken darshan, now you can go back. But remember, if you have not here, if you are not committed, if you are not come here, what would have happened to these people? You think they would have gone to Vaikuntha? No. That's why Lord is very, very merciful. Lord Ram came and he declared, anybody who want to enter spiritual world, they can come with me. Right? Chaitanya I can take. Right? At that time, Lord Ram did not forget the hellish people. Made you as an instrument. He took that little mistake that you made as a, as a thing, and through his name, you uttered one pure Naam, Ram. Through his Naam, he delivered the entire hellish planet. So all glories to Lord Ramachandra, all glories to his Naam, all glories to Janaka Maharaj. Like that. That's why, whatever Lord does is perfect. Maybe we may not understand, but it's perfect. Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo namo namaha.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you all for staying. So next we will have Sati Mataji to sing Nasimha Stuti. Thank you, Hare Krishna.